Alright, so we're going through the guillotine choke, okay? So we're just gonna go through, there's lots of variations, you know, you can do like high wrist, high elbow, lots of modifications where we're grabbing our elbow and so on. But we're just gonna go through a basic guillotine choke and just look at the mechanics of how we get good positioning, okay? So usually when we're in front headlock, I wanna hold the chin so he can't back out. And I wanna have my shoulder pressing down on his neck so he can't drive forward. If he tries to grab my legs, that's hard to do because I'm driving pressure forwards here. So you can't reach very well when I do that. And then holding the chin to stop him backing out. And usually my hands over the other lat here. So here, also helping to stop him backing out, okay? Then when we're going for the choke, we're gonna connect in with our hands together, okay? I'll show that over here, but we're just basically gonna make a fist with the hand that's around the neck, and the second hand's just gonna come in and grab our own fist like this, right? Okay, so once we've connected our hands, the aim is to get my hands high up to finish the choke, right? I'll show you the mechanics of how this works. So we've got the neck sitting in here, right? And I guess initially you might think of it like a bicep curl. If I'm trying to bicep curl into the neck, that's probably the weakest action to actually finish the guillotine. We will use it, but trying to squeeze up through here is probably the weakest action, and they can pull against, usually they can grab your hands and start pulling against that, and it becomes difficult to finish like that. What I'm gonna be looking to do is get my hands up very high on my chest so I can put a lot of pressure by closing my elbow and my shoulder downwards like this, right? You can see how that closes off space here. Of course, I'm still gonna add a little bit of extension in here too. Okay, so the trick is gonna be how do we get our hands high when there's a neck in there already, and I'll show you how to do that now. So to get my hands high, I first wanna get Kaya's head very high, like I kind of like fall forward a bit, so I'm pulling his head past my ribs, like this, okay? And then usually, as I bring my elbow deeper, my hands can start going high up on my chest, okay? You'll probably struggle from this initial position. If I try to go high on my chest, it puts the choke on, but again, that's one that he can defend pretty easy by hand fighting, and it's not actually that strong of a choke. If instead, I try to focus on getting his head, so I'm sliding the side of my ribs. Pretty much imagine you're trying to attach the side of your ribs to their trap or neck, okay? Then your elbow can go deeper and your hands can go high, okay? Now, once I'm here, if I curl up and close my shoulder down, I can get the submission. So I'm going to show on an angle that you just can't see when someone's body's in the way. But so you can see here, I'm trying to squeeze up, I can't get my hands higher. If I sort of pull back, chest sliding forward, ribs coming forward, I drop my elbow down and I can start bringing my hands higher up on my chest. So I want to get to a position like this, okay? And I'm like, you want to end up like shrugging your shoulders towards your ears too, so then I can lock in. Once I've locked my hands in, I can apply a very good squeeze on this that I couldn't from down here. Now, usually you don't finish from this front headlock position. Usually you sit back to guard, okay? We do have to be careful. When I fall back, there's a good side and a bad side, right? If Kaya can walk past my legs, it's actually very hard. So if his body's on the opposite side to his head, it's very hard for me to finish the choke here. Okay, we walk back the other way. If he walks the other way, he's basically putting the choke on as he walks around. It's getting worse and worse. So I want to keep Kaya out this side or in my close guard, right? So I could jump close guard, or I can try and keep him out the other side by just putting a hook. So when he tries to run around, he can't do that, okay? The other way he gets out is he either rolls away or does like a front flip or some sort of mix of the two. See, now I've lost my ability to pull on the neck like I could before. So that one we want to stop by trying to step our leg over the back. Okay, so as we can, we capture the far hip, right? So it kind of locks him in. Not that he can't roll, but I can follow him pretty well if he does roll. Now I just want to keep this curled. You got to get the far hip here. If he rolls away, he'll tend to fall off my leg. It's got to be all the way over the top. So in total, we've got the chin. We pull the head up, adjust our hands higher on our chest, put our foot across the hip, and over to the far hip, and we can finish. If you want to learn more about front headlock chokes, we have a whole course on the front headlock position on my website, submeta.io. Check it out with the link below.